Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the best podcast on the planet. I am your host, Mr. Perfection, God's greatest creation, Lakota Carter himself. You are watching the Main Event Mafia podcast, but you probably already knew that already. Once again, we're here with the usual crew. I have my beautiful, beautiful wife here who is looking at me and who's getting better at this. You're going to talk more this episode.
I'm trying to.
Yeah. And, of course, I have my analyst himself. I don't know why he put magic fingers, but I fucking love it. Mr.
Gotta
Magic
use them to
Fingers
get the
himself,
numbers, man. Gotta use them.
Mr. Magic Fingers himself, Andrew. And, of course, I have the godfather of podcasting himself, the living legend himself, Mr. J.R. Sparrow. And I have Mr. Ryback Jr. Thank you for coming out of retirement for this episode, Mr. Ryback. I really appreciate it. We have John freaking Nippon with us once again. And I'm going to ask y'all the same question I asked y'all earlier, which we already went over. Y'all really weren't impressed with wrestling this week, were you?
SmackDown was better than Raw.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
I would say that.
overall, I would say yes. There were some good parts about Raw. One thing that we didn't mention earlier, though, since we'll be splicing, hold on.
As he has to handle business. JR is a renowned Goldberg hater, just like myself. So this Saturday's
something's
not
wrong with
good.
the internet.
On my side or who? Am I good?
Not over here.
All right, I'm back.
Or the internet's working good now.
Who's having internet issues?
All y'all were looking crazy for a second.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
That's wild. All right, fuck it. We'll roll with it and see what happens.
The one really good thing about Raw, we got new tag champs.
Thank you, Lord.
We've got new tag champs. However, it's Judgment Day. So you've got Finn Balor and Minecraft Head are the new tag team champs,
Okay.
which is throwing me off because I don't know if it's going to help counterweight his ability to walk with how big his head is. And now he has the belt to help him walk back and forth. But we now also have a temporary tag team champ in the women's division. Roxanne is taking Liv's place. So that's going to be an interesting fatal four-way at Evolution.
Yeah, I mean, all the spots aren't filled yet, so it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be in that spot exactly.
Right? And then you've got the vote that happened with Judgment Day members, and Roxanne is officially a member of Judgment Day, even though it seems like they are completely replacing Liv so soon. So I can't wait for her to come back and just start clearing house, because I believe that is when Judgment Day will actually be broken up.
Well, I mean, that whole thing, I mean, if you pay attention, I mean, you probably see it, but Raquel seems to believe that this shoulder injury of Liv's is only going to be like a month long, where it's not. I mean, they've already said she's going to be gone at least till January, so.
Yeah. And Finn Balor had the same problem when he won the he was the first ever
Universal
champion. When he had the exact same injury. He knows exactly how long she's going to be out. So he is planning all of this stuff knowing she's going to be out for a certain amount of time.
Well, the difference between, I mean, Liv's injury was, I think, just a separated shoulder, where Finn's was a torn labrum.
Wait, he required surgery.
Yeah, I don't know how bad Liv's is compared to. I mean, I'm sure Finn's was worse, but
time to use those magic fingers and figure out.
Here, let me cut in here real quick. So one thing that happened that was shitty was this whole Goldberg vigil. Vigil that we got of him. Like, Goldberg was not in place to show up to this show to build up for his match against Gunther. So it was like Goldberg was stinking up the place again for me. That was one thing that pissed me off about Monday night. Like, why are we going to waste time showing Goldberg if he can't even show up?
Yep.
He's only got 2 weeks to lead up to, he had 3 weeks at that time, 3 weeks to lead up to him coming to fight our world heavyweight television champion.
And one of his showing ups was a recording.
Right. Typical Goldberg.
Yep. And Liv Morgan's injury was a dislocated shoulder initially. When they were fixing her shoulder, they found out she needed surgery, and she's had surgery since. But they did not say what she had surgery on, if it was the shoulder or something else.
Come back and
So
make
it
a
could have been,
decision.
since you have this injury, let's go ahead and take care of another injury that we haven't talked about type situation, so you have the time to heal.
Okay, and then talking about injury, let's talk about Mr. American Made himself, Chad Gable.
Yeah, let's talk about him.
Oh,
We
Jesus.
seen him go out with an injury, and John, I think you got a little bit you want to add in on that, don't you?
What's that?
You have a little bit more you want to add in about Chad Gable and everything that was going on with American Made, right?
No, not really.
Oh, man, but Grande Americano showed up, and he was ready to do some business.
Yeah, Kaiser.
Yeah, I mean, hey, here's the thing, y'all. I don't know. We don't know how many Grande Americanos are in Mexico. I mean,
Truth
she's
will
got a
be
couple.
That
the
is true.
next one.
You got a couple cousins down there that could take his spot, right? Like,
Oh, man, come on. If there was an R-Truth Grande Americano that came out, I would laugh my ass off, man.
Oh, it's bound to happen.
I would record that one and watch it daily.
I love it. I love this whole gimmick, but the only thing I don't
funny.
like, Ludwig Kaiser is what, a little bit taller or maybe shorter? Was it taller or
No,
shorter
he
than
was
Chad
taller.
Gable?
He's taller.
He's taller than Gable.
He's
Yeah, he's
taller and
taller
much
than Gable.
thinner.
Yeah. So, and he is a great heel. I don't know if you guys pay attention to him, but like, not only can he work, he is such a good heel.
Yeah.
So why the
Yeah,
fuck are we wasting him?
Let's
on
talk
this
about that
bullshit?
heel.
Well, let me ask this, but with since we haven't seen him too often with Gunther lately, can we say that Imperium is no longer?
Oh, it's been
Imperium
broken
hasn't
up.
been a thing in.
Yeah,
I
they've
mean,
been going for a while.
I know they kicked out Giovanni Vinci. He came back as himself, and then they released him. So I mean, I guess you can say that Gunther and Kaiser is no longer.
And the only
No,
reason
they've been
right now
split up for
Kaiser
like
still
2
has a
years.
job is because, we all know what just happened. He had a breakup with the world champion. He's no longer with her. So they needed a jobber that could fit the mold, even though I have to call him a jobber because every feud he's been in has been lackluster. The deal with Pence and everything else. I felt like they had nobody else because they couldn't get what is his name? Elijah or whatever, Elias. They couldn't get him from TNA to play the character. So it's kind of like they didn't have anybody except Kaiser. And Kaiser is on his way to being released anyway, but this may have saved his career.
Probably.
In my opinion.
It's probably why he's doing it.
Maybe, yeah, I could see that. But yeah, I just think it's fantastic. I like El Grande Americano. At some point, it's going to run its course, but I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Oh yeah,
because
at the moment it's very
Gable,
entertaining.
Yeah,
It is.
Chad Gable can make anything work.
He's very, very entertaining for sure.
Yes.
I have a quick question, real quick.
What's up, Booze?
Miss Carter, you directly, you're who I'm talking to right now. Everybody else, you can put your hands over your ears. What did you think of Sheamus versus Rusev?
Were you paying attention?
I wasn't. I'm gonna be honest.
But anyway, just your opinion on it. That was my point. That's what I wanted right there. Was exactly that. Why waste a marquee match that you could put on a pay-per-view as a filler match? Now, everybody else, can we join back in together, Kumbaya? What is everybody's opinion on this? I'm going to say this quick, and I know you don't really talk a long time. This was a waste of talent and time for me.
Yeah.
We'll go by one here. I'll go ahead and go start with John on this opinion.
Well, I mean, when they were, was it League of Nations?
Yeah.
That was what, almost 10 years ago, about 10 years ago now?
Yeah.
Roughly.
I mean, Sheamus, Sheamus can still wrestle, but he's, it's been 10 years. Can him and Rusev still have that same chemistry they did 10 years ago? Can they still put on that good of a match?
Absolutely.
That's my question.
Without question.
I would say that it's going to be the same way that it was for many, many weeks at one point. It was always Sheamus versus Cesaro. And then all of a sudden they did their best of 7 matches, so to speak. And then it ended up becoming a tag team called The Bar.
Loved it.
And that's what's happening right now, I feel, with Rusev and Sheamus. And they are going to become a tag team.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're best friends in real life, so you got to go. You're going to have to eventually roll with it.
Yeah, I think that's the writing on the wall that we can see. But like JR said, I felt like this was a wasted spot. I mean, they could have easily been on that SummerSlam card.
Yeah.
Well, it still can.
But it still can. I mean, it's just leading up. But what were they going to replace on Monday Night Raw?
I don't know. Throw fucking Penta in a singles match with somebody.
He had a tag team match with Sami Zayn that night.
My bad. He was in the main event.
Yeah.
Let me think.
And he was actually doing a damn good job in that match.
Honestly, there's not much you could have filled it with, honestly.
I mean, we could have got
Probably
a good
not,
promo.
so-
We could have brought Dominic out and had a good promo or something.
He's injured.
Injured. We had a good promo where AJ put on the old man bifocals and said,
Yeah.
"Hey, it's right here. The doctor says you're a punk ass."
Yep. That was pretty good.
But imagine if we switched it up, had them out there having a conversation, and then the newly crowned tag team champions jump AJ Styles.
Well, they kind of tried that. They kind of tried that last week, and AJ outsmarted them.
Right, because look, AJ Styles has no more backup because his guys wrestle for some other random company ran by some Jacksonville jackass.
But also, AJ Styles just signed a 1-year contract. It's his last contract because he's only got 1 more year in his system, and then he's gone.
Yeah.
What's so funny?
The Jacksonville jackass thing. I'm sorry. It was just perfect.
Yeah, what are they running their team name as now? The good guys, the bad something.
The Good Brothers.
The Good Brothers. That's it. Yep.
Oh, the Good Brothers. So, and I'll jump to you because you need to talk more in this episode, and you're getting better at it, but you definitely need to talk more in this episode. Was there anything to you as a new viewer of wrestling that stuck out to you like, oh, this person just blows my mind each and every week? Because I still got to get JR's what the fuck moment of the week if he has one, but I'm going to start a new segment, and each week I'll give the introduction of a new segment. So I want you to give me your MVP of the week if you have one.
I got one. So do I.
I like Penta a lot. I like his brother a lot. So I like seeing them a lot.
So the Lucha Brothers that are not technically the Lucha Brothers right now are your favorite thing in WWE right now?
I would like to see them together.
Yeah, it'll happen eventually. So that's your favorite thing going on in the Fed right now.
Yeah,
is the Lucha Brothers.
I would like to see them together. That would be really good.
They're eventually going to get there because we got to get that money match between them and the Usos. We have to. So I'll go ahead and give my MVP and somebody who has been impressing me week after week. The big dog himself, where his dog's at. Who? Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
That motherfucker is so good at what he does.
It scares me every time he runs at someone.
There's my weekly.
It scares me.
I got him with that one. There's my weekly. Fuck. There it is, y'all. But if you can get Jim Cornette to like you, you're doing something right. And I'm a big Jim. Go ahead. I'm a big Jim Cornette guy, so I watch his podcast weekly. When he could say that the exact definition of Braun Breaker is he is a professional wrestler doing professional wrestling shit, he is correct. Every time that dude's on screen, I want to pay attention. Every time he runs at somebody, I'm gritting my teeth because he's going to knock them out of their fucking boots.
Because I know what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
I'm scared.
I still think Carlito hasn't been buried yet because they can't raise the funds for his tombstone yet, but we're still waiting on it. But I'm going to go to JR here, and then I'll get your guys' MVPs because he's looking at me like, you motherfucker.
Right. So my MVP of this week is the Women's Intercontinental Championship. It's going to be the show. It's going to be the match that steals the show at Evolution. My what the fuck moment. It belongs to an Asian wrestler. Let's call her the Pirate Princess.
Oh gosh.
Like, I gotta be 100% with y'all. We have Asuka. we have Julia now, and we got some more that'll be coming soon. Who the fuck cares about Kari Singh? She was trying to put on
Roxanne
some,
cares about Kari Singh.
but she was trying to put on some One Piece type maneuver, and I can feel that they're trying to get a tie-in. But Fortnite can do that shit. We don't need that in pro wrestling. Keep that anime shit over there, unless it's the New Day doing something. Her promo was so underwhelming. It made me want to go out on my own, get on an airplane, leave out of Charleston, West Virginia, and go to Connecticut, because they're still in office
Okay.
out that way, and let the WWE management that's still there, or no, I'll go to fuck it, I'll go to New York to TKO, and let them know that they can sign Aquafina. And I'd rather watch Aquafina wrestle than watch anything with Kari Singh.
Damn.
What's that?
I mean, it's got a fair point.
What's that for?
Damn.
Because Kyrie Sane is great. She just doesn't have she just doesn't mesh well anymore. I
She
don't
can
I
go
don't
to
know.
All Japan or New Japan Pro. If she was such a great wrestler while she was gone, she's a great ambassador of wrestling. Give her that. Japan awesome. She's not better than any Asian wrestler that's sitting at home collecting a paycheck from that Jacksonville company.
Oh.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, Drew,
Oh.
go ahead, give me your MVP of the week.
My MVP of the week is a tag team. It is the newly developed tag team of Andrade and Rey Fenix. Because they put on one hell of a match. They really did. And they are going to be very impressive. The match itself was very impressive, but if they continue to shine like that, expect them to be in gold contendership very soon.
You got him this week too. I'm right there with you, man. I think they had match of the week last week and arguably match of the week this week.
Yeah.
So banger after banger 2 weeks in a row from those guys.
JR, you had a what the fuck moment, and I gotta have a what the fuck moment as well. Why the fuck is it WWE continuing to have people coming back that had been retired or whatever, and they all of a sudden get a championship opportunity? That is the ultimate fuck you to everyone in the back who's been busting their ass to get an opportunity. And all of a sudden, even if they're not going to win the match, they're still getting the attention. They're getting the match in front of thousands of people. These guys in the back who would kill for that opportunity are not getting it. Some of them have never seen the opportunity to have that match. And yet, here comes Trish Stratus. She just shows up, and now all of a sudden, she's got a title opportunity with Tiffany Stratton at Evolution. What the fuck?
They like those 50-year-old wrestlers, man. They just want to get them out there and put them out there. But one thing we got to go back and touch on is you were talking about these Jacksonville failed luchadors. This tag team.
Whoa.
These Jacksonville, failed wrestlers. I've noticed AEW, and I'm going to say their name this time, they're getting a lot of shine on WWE TV.
Saw that.
Yeah.
And let's be 100% honest about Andrade. Andrade, Escobar are a poor man's Eddie Guerrero. Straight up.
Oh, hold up, man. Hold up. Hold up.
Damn. No, Rey Fenix.
I mean,
Rey Fenix,
come
on the other
on.
hand, I don't
take the knife out of my chest here. Shit.
You want Kmart luchadors? Do I gotta meet you and we go back in time to Hill's department store and not get the WWE wrestlers, but let's get the $2 wrestlers and put them out there, and you're just happy to see them just because one of them is a decent low card talent? And I'm talking about Rey Fenix, because let me give you this here. Triple H is treating Rey Fenix like Awesome Kong. if you pay attention to Penta and how they've got him into a WWE luchador style, Mr. Phoenix, and I did put y'all a video inside the chat this week, right? Didn't I? And I showed you how insane he is.
Yeah.
Ray Phoenix needed to be in NXT to develop to the style. He is not like Penta. Penta is a corporate luchador. I could send
I
him to
can see that.
CMLL and I could send him to AAA and he would hold it down. Ray Phoenix is a thug. Ray Phoenix does not wrestle the WWE style, so they are washing. They're making him look washed up. Andrade tried to make a power move by marrying Charlotte Flair and then getting divorced. So Andrade is the new, and I'm going to say this: he is the new Alberto Del Rio.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, you can't say this stuff.
He
You
went
can't.
there. He went there.
I can say this, that Penta is probably, like you said, he's probably more adjustable to the style. But, like, man, I don't know. Like, big stars like that, I don't get why they send him to NXT. Because, like, I get if they didn't know how to wrestle, but Phoenix knows how to wrestle, right? But just because, and I hate this whole stereotypical that everybody puts on, well, he doesn't know how to wrestle the WWE style. What the fuck are you talking about? The WWE style. Yeah, he's not killing himself every week now because he's not got Tony Khan, jerking him off in the back saying, hey, jump off this 50-foot fucking ladder that we got,
How many of his moves can he really do in the WWE?
All of them.
All of them? You know the
Yes,
band list. If you don't know the band list, if you do not know the band list, when we get off here, I will show you the Luchador band list. I'll show you how many of the Mexican destroyers, variations from arm bars to dragon screws that are banned.
Yeah.
He is if Ray Phoenix does not change his style, he is the next Mystico.
Okay, I'm going to leave that one alone.
He is the next. Hold on, let me say it even better for people that don't know. He's the next Sin Cara.
Oh God.
God damn it, man.
Version 1, not 2. Version 1.
Okay, all right, John. I'm going to leave that alone for right now because I could go on and on. But, John, give me your MVP of the week, man.
MVP of the week, and this is probably old news, but CM Punk making Gunther look like a little girl. That's my MVP moment. Huh?
Go ahead.
No. What?
So your MVP this week would be CM Punk.
Yep, putting Gunther down like a little bitch.
Okay, that was a notable moment.
It helped the future. I like the storytelling. But can we talk about the main event? Sami Zayn and Penta versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed?
Yeah, sure. We can talk about the main event and we'll go on to SmackDown because SmackDown was better anyway.
Yeah, after you do that, I'm gonna give you my what the fuck moment.
Well, go ahead and give me your what the fuck moment now.
What the fuck moment was shit. It happened on SmackDown, so I really don't want to touch that right now.
Okay, yeah. Just wait until we get to SmackDown.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm back.
You're good, bro. Let's talk about that main event real quick. I thought it was really good.
Which one are we talking about?
The Raw main event.
Penta and Sammy and Braun and Bronson, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Penta, Sammy, Braun, and Bronson.
Yep.
I feel like we're about to get that Bronson Reed that we used to be against Mr. Mateo. I think we're Bronson Reed, to me, if we give a most improved award, that Monday night proved to me beyond, because he crashed out and did some other things. And one other thing I want to throw in there, and this ain't a shot, but this is at a piss poor high flyer named Ricochet. Braun Breaker did you in, bro. But anyway, that's off topic. But getting back to the topic that's at hand, Bronson Reed, ever since I said that he got that shirt on and his muscles got tighter and everything was looking good now, Bronson Reed has really improved.
Yeah.
To a point I want to give him the United States Championship.
Yeah, I would give him the Intercontinental Championship, to be honest with you.
I want him to have he can just change his ethnicity because he looks like a Samoan anyway. Take him out the storyline he is now. Stop being a glorified bodyguard and make this man pure power. Have him face Jeff Cobb.
Yeah, because we did get that in New Japan when he was released, and man, let me tell y'all something. Oh, that
Right, that's what.
was magic.
Let's steal ideas from Japan because it works here with the wrestlers you got now. Because you got most of all Japan, New Japan anyway.
Yep.
Like, and one last thing I want to throw in here, Vince Russo, you're a dickhead. Triple H's reign is not going to end anytime soon. PKO is fine with the ideas because they're the ones that are branching the wrestling business into a promotional business.
Yep.
We have to adhere to that because they're putting a lot of money into the show. They moved it to Netflix. They're trying to get the show marketable everywhere. Vince McMahon fucked us up with Fox.
Yeah.
Very, very
Sorry
bad.
about that little tangent. That is something that came up this week. A lot of people were saying that that was one thing that came up, that Triple H was supposedly done for, and Vince Russo had an opinion on it. And I'm like, fuck Vince Russo.
Anybody that listens to Vince Russo, you need to go check your fucking brain, because that dude's he's been an idiot since WCW. Hell, he's been an idiot since he worked for Vince. He's been an idiot since he worked for Vince. He's the guy that gave us Brawl for All.
He's the guy that gave us the finger poke of doom, or
Yes.
finger poke of death.
Yes. You don't know about the finger poke of doom?
Hogan and Nash, yeah, go look at that dumb shit.
So this whole thing, like, they couldn't, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys know WCW more than I do, but apparently the whole thing was that Hogan didn't want to give the belt up.
Okay.
Am I correct about that? And they were going about, and Hogan had this creative control. You know what that means? Like, he gets to say, what his character does.
Yes.
So they couldn't figure it out. So Vince Russo just goes and tells Kevin Nash, correct, it was Kevin Nash, that just go out there and he's going to poke you and you're going to fall down and you're going to lay down in the middle of the ring and he's going to pin you 1, 2, 3.
You're serious?
Yes. I will show you the clip later.
Yeah.
But there is so many things.
That's stupid.
It is stupid.
Oh, yeah.
He's stupid.
That's stupid.
He
and
received
JR
death threats because of that.
Oh God.
Yeah, he's received multiple death threats. Another guy that I will touch on, since we're going down this road, is Kevin Dunn. Fuck Kevin Dunn as well. But JR, I noticed when I said a name that you kind of went like, oh shit, what do you got against Corny, man?
This was way before your time, and this might not even pertain to the other two. Are you familiar with his federation running and what he did with wrestlers?
Smoky Mountain Wrestling?
He's a poor man's Paul Heyman. Actually,
Agreed.
he's not a poor man's Paul Heyman. He's worse than that. He is a poor man's Michael Hayes.
Ooh, we had Timu Michael Hayes. Okay.
Okay, that's not right.
His opinion to me in wrestling hasn't and never will matter, except for his time in NWA, WCW time. He's ruined wrestlers like the late great Vader. He ruined Owen Hart. He ruined a middle card during the Attitude Era that could have blossomed.
I don't know, man.
I liked Cornette when he managed Yoko and Owen, though.
He had his moments where he shined, but he had more moments where he was not shining, in my opinion.
Well, coming from a different generation who didn't grow up watching him being a manager, like, I don't know, his personality to me makes me smile because he's just blunt. And maybe he's behind the times with some of the stuff that he says. I don't agree with everything he says, but I love him to death. Specifically because he's the one that smacked the shit out of Santino Marella for making the Boogeyman look like an idiot. But yeah, they're the same people. Will say the same thing about Dave Meltzer. And my opinion about Dave Meltzer is he's a fucking buffoon that thinks he knows everything, which he does. He's pretty credible, but when it comes to giving matches stars, Chad Gable and Vikingo deserved 5 stars, and he couldn't even give that because it wasn't Kenny Omega and it didn't make his willy wet. But going back to Raw, like JR said, I think Bronson Reed has improved dramatically. Hopefully, he doesn't jump off of cages anymore, but I think he's improved so much. And
Big
I'll
man ain't
go.
supposed to be up that high.
Yeah, no.
True.
But I'll go to John with this, man. How do you feel about Bronson Reed, and do you know any prior knowledge of like his New Japan stuff or what he did when he was released before he came back?
No, I really, I really didn't see much of him on New Japan. I mean, I kind of think he fits well with Seth Rollins' faction. I have my opinions on, what's going to happen with that, but that's, I guess that's something we could talk about at another time. Yeah, I'm not, like I said, I'm just not too familiar with this New Japan stuff.
Yeah, he was really good in New Japan, and I don't know what JR's thing is about. I'm about to blow his mind. He's about to fall out of his chair. Seth Rollins' faction is the best thing on Monday Night Raw.
Listen here, brother.
Eh.
And I'm gonna say this one time, and I'm gonna cut this promo on you, and I'm gonna cut it on John too. Why waste 2 high impactful wrestlers as bodyguards?
They're not wasting them. They're putting them with 2 names.
Or listen, here's the thing. Give Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman as a side thing and have him do stuff here and there. But why take 2 dudes that you could have just kept AOP for and just had them dudes stand up there like this and beat up people?
No,
Why
I agree on that one. I got
why
it.
waste this talent right now when those 2 could be on SmackDown wreaking havoc? At least
How are they
Bronson Reed over
wasting
there.
them? Well, what is this internet
All right,
conception that they're being wasted?
so Braun Breaker. How many times do we have to go through this to make our next take him from a transitional position to a superstar? Why did we, when we're building these people up, just like the failure of Dolph Ziggler, like the failure of Joey Gargano, the failure of Tommaso Ciampa, why do we start building these characters up and then put them in weird things, regulate them to tag teams, and then never give them the steam again? Why
That's
does
not
Triple
going to
H do that?
happen here, though.
All right, let me ask you this. Braun Strowman as the Intercontinental Champion before this, he had the rollers going to the hot dogs were cooking at the pilot gas station. He had the women stripping at the strip club like they used to, or Magic City in Atlanta. He had me out there tricking. But now he looks like the manager of Olive Garden.
The
They've
best
taken
thing that
him.
Braun Strowman did in his entire WWE career was the swamp match at Extreme Rules with The Fiend. Strowman has always been a mid-carder, and he fucking sucks.
Or look, bro, then you're gonna say that the best match that LA Knight ever had was with Bray Wyatt. Let's stop there.
No,
Let's
wasn't all his stuff
let's
in it? All his stuff with Trevor Lee in the NXT was the best thing that LA Knight's ever done.
let's let Bray Wyatt rest, please, sir. I understand you're a fiend for the Fiend while you're fiending, so that's cool. But here's the thing that I'm trying to get out here and get to you guys. Braun Strowman had the machine behind him, and he was rolling. He could have went to WrestleMania with the Intercontinental belt if they had planned things right, and had him drop it to Dominic and move on to something stronger and better. But no, you put him in the role of a bodyguard. Seth Rollins had cruiserweight bodyguards, West Virginia's own and Mr. Mercury, the failed tag team guy. Seth Rollins has always had a group with him in the WWE at some point. Because when he's solo, he don't keep the title long. He had the authority. He had 2 bodyguards in. He had Stephanie McMahon and Triple H.
I can't tell if that's true. He's like, oh my gosh, look, or if he's just thinking.
No, that's my tribute to Joey Mercury, since his nose has never been the same since.
Yeah.
That
He
unfaithful
So
ladder.
my thing is you're telling me Seth Rollins doesn't keep bodyguards, cruiserweights, or now he's up one to super heavyweights. He just upped his ante.
He hasn't had bodyguards since like the freaking Monday Night Messiah gimmick, and that was back in the pandemic.
The whole deal with the authority?
That was before.
That was before.
That was 2014.
Right.
That was 2014 and 15.
But when do you like Seth Rollins? When he has bodyguards? Do you like him more? Now, be honest, Drew. Take a moment, think about it.
I liked him more when he was a world champ and he was fighting with that belt every week.
I liked him as the architect.
You guys are
My
breaking my
favorite
heart
Seth
here.
Rollins gimmick is the Monday Night Messiah. So I'm proving your point a little
Well,
bit, but
right. So he needs bodyguards, but don't we have other big guys? Couldn't he have had what the fuck is that African's name? Osmosis or
Omas.
something? Yeah,
Omas.
because you can have
Osmosis.
you can have fucking
Osmosis.
osmosis, and then the other osmosis that's a champion. You could have had Uba Uba as the fucking champion. Have them two big black dudes as his bodyguards. More believable. And with them, I wouldn't even run to the ring to fight Seth Rollins. And then guess what? Bronson Reed could be shining on SmackDown. And Uba Femi would just dance around and be like Africa, and then they would turn him into another Kofi Kingston and make him Jamaican. So Mr. Perfection, I'm trying to get a point off to you that you guys, Seth Rollins is buried in talent with his group.
No, he really is if you really think about it.
So hold on for a second. You guys are all about reading your articles, right? Did you guys read the article right before we went to Netflix about a couple months before we went to Netflix about what they wanted to do with Braun Breaker?
What do they want to do with him?
They wanted to make him the face of the brand, which is what they are easily going. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with Bronson Reed, but they are putting people with Seth Rollins to make them, because Braun Breaker doesn't know how to be a main eventer just yet. Like he's working his way up, right? But he doesn't know how to be a main eventer
Well,
on a
Madden
main.
timeout on the field. Madden timeout on the field. Madden timeout on the field.
Okay.
I got to throw a flag. Mr. Morgan, the story of Braun Breaker, does it remind you of Cody Rhodes a little bit?
Got some similarities.
A lot of similarities, right? Cody left, came back, and now he's main eventing.
Yeah.
This is technically, as they say in WWE, homegrown talent. This
Right.
is not a Randy Orton. This is not, because actually his athletic ability is, well, especially with the Frankensteiner, he's a quality white luchador. I mean, that shit is stiff as hell.
Yeah.
But my thing about Braun Breaker is he could be so much more right now. He could be the TV heavyweight champion right now.
Yeah, if he was on his own, yeah.
Yeah, he could be the champion right now. So, Mr. Carter, what are you
Can't win
saying?
with this faction. We can't win. We're losing regardless. Everybody just hates Seth Rollins' faction right now, and
Hold on.
get it.
I think instead of the route we're going with this, I think this is a setup to War Games in November. Because I think they are going to be the Monday Night Raw side of War Games. That it's going to be Breaker, it's going to be Reed, and potentially Rollins in it as well, unless they get another member all of a sudden. And it's going to be Penta, Zayn, and Jey Uso. Or because of what happened with Friday night, Uso might be joining somebody else, so it could just be Breaker and Reed with Penta and Zayn have another match at War Games. But I have a feeling that it's going to be something with Seth's crew on the Raw side of War Games.
Well, yeah, I mean, what they could do is instead of doing like normally how they do one War Games match, they can do two. You could have, like Seth, Braun, Bronson. Maybe they throw Drew or something in there. And then if they add another member to Seth's faction, which I've seen rumors of it being possibly Austin Theory, Ethan Page. So there's your five. And then you could put and take.
Well, it's not going to be Raw versus SmackDown this year. I can tell you that now.
No, they haven't done a Raw versus. I don't even think they've ever done a Raw versus SmackDown. I think they've done Bloodline versus Randy and KO and all of them, and then Judgment Day versus Cody.
Right.
Bloodline versus whoever.
Oh yeah, because it's going to be Bloodline versus Bloodline again this year.
Right. Right, but then they could do another. They could do another War Games match for Seth's faction versus Punk, Roman, whoever else they
Roman's
add
going to
to
have
their.
his hands full. Roman's going to have his hands full because I think that's going to be who Jacob's calling to come help him out.
No, I don't think so. With Roman, he's going after Rollins. Rollins has got so many enemies right now.
Well, yeah.
Roman being one of them because of Seth taking the wise man.
Yeah.
Y'all, like, I don't know if I don't know what's gonna happen with that Jacob Fatu thing, and we'll move to SmackDown.
Zilla.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say, because Zilla is his guy, and so when
Zilla
Jacob
and Lance.
Ooh, Lance Anawahi too. I forgot about Lance Anawahi. That's why this title of the podcast is the Samoans keep on coming, because they just keep on coming.
Right, that's why the United
Which Drew's
States
getting
title
really
is the
kind of
Samoan
tired
title.
of. We'll talk about that in a second. Drew's getting kind of frustrated with the Samoans right now.
Hey, just bring them all out at once, damn it.
So I'm getting into SmackDown.
But
And it
hold on,
opened
before
up
that, sir. So hold on, whoa, something important.
from the breaks.
Happy birthday to Raheem Rhodes.
Raheem,
Raheem Rhodes.
What is he, 40 now?
Yeah,
Maybe.
pretty sure. Right? Cody Rhodes is like 40.
Yeah, I think it's 40.
Hold on.
Andrew's faster.
40.
He's all right.
Yep.
That's why we
40.
call him Magic.
June 30th.
Yep. So happy 40th birthday,
40.
Raheem Rhodes.
Drew McIntyre is also 40.
Yeah. It opened with Cody Rhodes. And I have another nitpick, and I think I said this last week. The goddamn crown. They're making it too goddamn blingly and too fucking stupid looking. When I was growing up, that was a gimmick, right? And with you guys, it wasn't so much as a gimmick. It was more of a prop like it is now. But for me, that was a gimmick. Sheamus was King Sheamus. Barrett was King Barrett. Corbin was King Corbin.
King Booker.
Yeah, but I loved it when King Booker had his crown. That was great. That just fit in perfectly.
He was the first one that really did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Owen, I think Owen was the first one that wore the crown.
Well, but he didn't really take the persona with it the way that Booker T did.
Right.
He went with it, and he really, really went with it.
Yeah. Booker T invented the King persona, and it revitalized his career in WWE.
Yes.
So why?
He also had some damn nice arm candy to go with it too. So,
Queen Charmel. But why in the fuck can we not just put the goddamn crown on our heads?
That pisses.
Like, I get it doesn't make sense for Cody Rhodes to wear it or Cargill to wear it, but goddamn,
They just hold it.
Well,
just put it on your.
That's gonna mess her weave up. You know that for a fact.
And she spends a lot of money on
They
that shit.
just hold it.
Yeah.
Looking like Storm and shit.
Yeah, that's something that she
That
was
pisses
very
me
frustrated
off.
with. So, and I'm
So I get everything you're saying. So you're circling around to this Friday night. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and let's just be honest, scapegoat Drew McIntyre. Here's my what the fuck moment for this show. Why are we including Drew McIntyre in anything right now? The only thing I would do with Drew McIntyre, you know, like what perfect feud. Y'all can let me know if you agree with this.
Hold on.
Drew McIntyre, right? Him and Karrion Kross would have an amazing feud.
Oh, bro.
Yes.
Drew McIntyre whining. Karrion Kross is telling him, bro, you can't do this shit. Get your act together for our fucking.
Or Aleister Black.
Oh.
Or Aleister Black. That would be a great.
You just gave me a universe mode idea, by the way. But yeah, like I'm gonna toss it to you because you hate that bitch.
What?
Right, Drew McIntyre.
Well, I was gonna say which bitch.
I don't like him at all.
So like he's your Bill Goldberg to my Bill Goldberg, right?
All he does is whine and bitch. I can't stand it.
Look at the camera.
I cannot stand it. When he fucks up, he blames someone else. Fuck that shit. I can't stand it. I'm sorry. I can't stand him.
The only good thing that guy did was at Mania when he got bored during the match, took out his phone and started texting in Twitter. That was hysterical.
I will say this. When he first came back and he had his NXT run, I was full steam ahead with him. And his feud with Brock, I was full steam ahead with him. And then he won the belt, right? Because I'm a fan of Drew McIntyre since Broken Dreams. Probably the greatest theme song of all time. But that's a hot take. Look at there. Got another head nod. There's a lot.
No.
See, even the iPad had a little moment there with them. But like, I
This
don't
shit
know,
was
man.
dramatic as hell, though, wasn't it? I was like,
Yeah, it was. And the fucking iPad had a moment of silence with you. Do you got that thing on like a fucking arm that it moves with you?
Yeah, it's like moving with you. So what the hell?
Oh shit.
He's got that on AI mode. You better be nice to that thing.
Oh, that shit's cool as hell.
That's cool.
But ever since they put the title on him, guys, I just haven't been a big fan of him because they put him in these nonsense feuds. Like, for instance, like we have a great thing going with Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton right now because we're getting a heel Orton soon.
Oh yeah.
We're slowly starting to see it, and I think I'm the only one that can see it other than her.
I
But
see it.
Randy Orton's kind of pissed right now, quietly pissed at Cody Rhodes.
Well, you can.
Oh, you can see it building.
But
yeah,
he's looking at him.
But has any of you guys heard anything about Cody getting a part in that Street Fighter movie yet?
Yeah.
Okay. So in a sense, that tells me that even if he goes to take on Cena at SummerSlam, odds are he probably won't win. But what if they do a scenario where they put Cody, Drew, and Randy in a triple threat in a match where if whoever Cody loses to or whoever wins the match gets his title shot at SummerSlam.
I don't see that happening, man.
I don't either, but there's always a what if.
That logic is you could use the same logic for John Cena. Like Peacemaker's coming out August 20. Peacemaker season 2 coming out August 21st. Fantastic show, by the way.
I'm looking forward to that. Not gonna lie, that theme song is fucking hilarious.
But like that logic, just because he has a part in a Street Fighter movie, it doesn't give it. It's a good indication that he's gonna lose, but I think we all know Cody's gonna lose because I think that's gonna be Cody's final straw, right? Like,
and then
you guys, like we're slowly starting to build towards that Cody heel turn, and I think that will be his final straw. If he loses one final time, if he's got all this and he's saying all this, I'm going to beat John Cena, and he loses, that's Cody Rhodes' final straw, right? Because think back to WrestleMania, guys. The only thing he had to do to still be champion right now is pull the trigger.
And he didn't do it.
And he didn't do it. And Cena has been telling him, all you had to do was not be the good guy for 5 seconds.
And he couldn't do it.
And it's slowly building, and that's going to be Cody's final straw. He's going to say, God damn it, he's right. Fuck this. Fuck the fans. I'm getting my title back. I'm desperate. And then that's when we're going to slowly start the Cena face turn because we're already slowly starting to see that anyway. You know, it's going to, they're going to do. Go ahead.
Well, you might see you could also might see the double turn at SummerSlam. You could see Cody turning heel and Cena turning face at the same time.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
I don't think it'll happen at the same time, but I mean, they're both going to happen simultaneously.
It will happen near the same time. We'll get a role reversal between those two. But yeah, I thought the opening of SmackDown was a little, it was good, but I think it was pointless to have Drew McIntyre out there, like you guys said.
It was pointless.
TNA, we got a deal we can work out. We will send you Drew Galloway or whatever the fuck his name is. We'll send him back because that's when he wrestled his best ever, in all honesty.
Yeah.
His TNA run, I know you haven't seen it, John, but I will coach you on this. His TNA run was better than anybody else's I've seen that's been a WWE star go through besides Kurt Angle.
Right.
Drew.
Yeah, his TNA run was. It was juicy, is what I will say.
Drew and LA Knight should be a feud. Yeah.
I mean,
LA
What would
Knight doesn't
spark
do it for
that
me.
though? But what would spark that feud?
I mean, it can't happen now because we all know LA Knight's going to Raw. So
Yeah,
that's
he's
a,
he,
that, he'll be over there.
Yeah.
He'll be our Intercontinental Champion by October
Ooh,
if Cena
that's a
doesn't win
bold
it.
prediction. That's a bold prediction.
Middle card's got to get shaken up, or they're going to have to release wrestlers.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't do it for me. Like he had a great moment on Raw where he was at the top of the steps with Seth and he was eating the popcorn. Right? That was awesome.
yeah.
Funny as hell. But he just doesn't do it for me anymore. Like
Used to like him a lot.
I did. I used to like him a fuck ton. But they didn't pull the trigger with him when they should have. When he was red hot.
well, they've
So
got
he's just
till February.
he's not doing it for me anymore. Like I don't care what they do with that guy. Take him back to TNA. Let him be Eli Drake. I don't care.
He's
but I
too
just-
over.
He sells Slim Jims now. He's around.
Yeah,
So
go ahead, Jower. Go
it's your
ahead.
show, sir.
So John, you just said he was too over, right?
Yep,
Jey Uso was too over.
I know he got fucked, but there must be some bigger story in line for him. I don't know.
The fuck, he's gonna go back to the tag division.
Oh, sure.
He's our Kofi Kingston World Heavyweight Champion. We gave him
Yeah.
the title. He's going away.
He was the biggest transitional champion since Jack fucking Swagger.
Right. Or Christian.
Yeah,
Christian.
Christian.
Christian is the greatest transitional champion of all time. Because
love
Vince
Christian.
McMahon couldn't believe in him. And let's just be honest about this whole transition thing, and I can kill this for the rest of the time. Signature moves as finishers don't add up to being impactful as a world champion. Let's do this real quick. Example one that I always go to because everybody loves Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes got a cutter at some point, right? He has a disaster kick and he has crossroads. He has impactful moves that make you want him to win a match. Jey Uso, what did he have that any other Samoan or AEW wrestler, like AEW wrestler? He has a super kick. He has a splash off the top rope. I know 50 wrestlers that do that. He has a Samoan drop. His Samoan drop is worse than Razor Ramon's.
Who are we talking about here? I'm sorry, I was
Jay.
Bro, we're talking about Jey Uso.
Oh, that's fucked.
So let's just throw him in the trash can. We got our first match here: Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss versus Chelsea Green and her crew, B-Fab and Meechin for the tag team qualifier. How we got built up to this is Charlotte Flair thought she was going to get a heavyweight title reign, but this time around, Charlotte Flair finally couldn't invoke her Ric Flair Hulk Hogan WCW clause and get a championship, so she had to settle for the tag team belts. What was your opinion, Miss Carter, on this tag team match?
I like Alexa Bliss. I don't care about.
You're a Charlotte Flair hater, right?
Don't like her. I don't care about her.
Are you upset that she has a tag team title match that she will be in now?
I honestly don't care.
No new stock value because Alexa Bliss decided that we're going to be the dirty blonde, the stunning Hollywood blondes. Their new tag team. You know, they're taking on Brian Pillman and taking on Stone Cold Steve Austin or Stunning Steve. They're the new blondes. You're not excited about this? A new revitalization of the tag team division with two former women's champions?
As I said, I just like Alexa Bliss.
So this
So
match
you
didn't
don't-
move you or help you decide that you're not going to like Piper Niven or Chelsea Green or any of that? This match made you just
I like
like...
Chelsea Green. I like them.
Yeah, you're a big
What about
Piper Niven
B-Fab
fan.
and
Yeah, I like her too.
Meechin, or I just call her Keith Lee's wife. Keith Lee's wife, they didn't do anything for you in this match?
I like them all. I just
The secret herpes is what we're talking about.
yes. I like
You talk
them.
too fast for her. She dyslexic just like me. You talk
And
way
you're
too fast.
it's like low, so
Yeah, you're a little bit low for her.
I'm deaf.
So we can hear you, but she's deaf.
I'm deaf.
He's
So I
asking.
apologize for
He's
that.
asking. He gets the fact that that you hate Charlotte Flair because I hate
Yes.
Charlotte Flair too. But did the Secret Harvest, one of the greatest tag team names of all
Yes.
time and one of the greatest gimmicks of all time, freaking phenomenal, do anything for you in this? Does it make you angry that they're not being utilized more and not have the tag belts?
Yeah, it kind of pisses me off because they're good. They're really good to me, honestly.
Except for Isla Dawn. I will say this. This match was sloppy as fuck.
It was sloppy. I know it's a lot of stuff.
Like, she said, like, it's getting to the point now, which I'm very grateful, but it also pisses me off because, like, we'll both say something at the same time, and it pisses me off. She'd be like, ooh, that looked bad. And I'm like, I was getting ready to say that, but you cut me off.
But what do you want me to say? Just sit there?
No, but I'm just saying, like, you're starting to notice stuff more, and you pointed it out that Alba Fire, I almost said Isla Dawn. Alba Fire is not good, really.
Did you notice where she like kind of jumped off and she only hit like 2 people?
Yeah.
And
remember, don't look at me.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was talking to you.
Yep.
You notice where she like only hit 2 people, but the rest of the people she didn't even hit them really, but they fell anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that.
It was bad.
It was.
She hated that part. But and like I said, you need to talk more. So I'm gonna ask you more opinions about this stuff. With the Cody Rhodes thing, I'll jump back to you. You're not a big Cody fan.
I kind of think he's too over.
He's too over? What do you mean by that?
I feel like the position he's in right now is because of his father and what he's
Y'all want to know something crazy? What did you call him the other week? You forgot his name. And you said, ain't that Dusty's kid?
Yeah, I forgot his name.
She said, ain't that Dusty's kid? And I just went.
Yeah, I forgot his name. I just think he's too over.
So she agrees with you that Cody Rhodes is only in the spot because
because of his father, who his father is.
Well, to you, Mrs. Carter, air high five to you.
I'm sorry. It's my opinion. You asked me.
That's crazy.
You asked me.
So you think that if Cody didn't have that last name and Triple H wasn't, such a big Dusty Dick Rider, that Cody would not be in the spot he's in right now?
Absolutely. No.
Cody would still be in AEW.
He wouldn't be in that spot.
Wow.
Do you expect me to be on your side?
Okay. No, I didn't expect this from you. I'm proud of you. Because you're starting to form your own opinions. And that's amazing. Wow. What about, do you like Goldust? What about Dustin?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Can I say something?
What?
That a lot of people ain't going to agree with?
What is it?
Dustin is the best wrestler out of the Rhodes family.
Yeah.
WCW Dustin.
He's done stuff.
The natural.
Gosh, oh my God, you still haven't seen him and Cody at Double or Nothing, have you?
No, you showed me some, but not a lot.
Oh, I got to show you that.
And you showed me his dad and everything.
I showed you the Hard Times promo, and it gave you chills.
Not to be funny or anything, and not to disrespect Mr. Goldust or anything like that, or Seven or whatever he wants to call himself. He is one of the greatest intercontinental mid-card U.S. champion. I can put it on one between 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, but after 9 o'clock, I can't have him on TV unless he's with Booker T. Or another random wrestler that elevates him. I call him, he is the greatest Dolph Ziggler of that time.
Yes.
He only had one standout match in his whole career, and that was against Roddy Piper.
I've been watching that DVD that you sent my way, and one of the matches on there.
Prelude to Attitude?
Yes.
Yeah.
And one of the standout matches that I really enjoyed, it was Goldust's first Intercontinental Championship victory. It was him and Razor Ramon.
Oh, we watched it, did we?
Yeah, it was really well done, and it
Who did he
really
beat?
showed me that
Who did he beat?
Scott
he
Hall.
beat Razor.
Oh damn! I thought he didn't beat Roddy Piper 4-1.
No,
No,
he
that
beat
was his first.
he beat Scott Hall for it, and then one time he beat Ahmed Johnson for it. Remember, he kissed him in the fucking ring.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I take this. Goldust, a great mid card talent. He's almost up
Mhm.
there with me with Jeff Jarrett, but he has good politics. But you know, we just have to be careful with Goldust because Goldust makes choices that have ruined his career. He could have been a world champion in the early 2000s in WWE, but choice things he likes to do always have ruined his career, and he's just one of those guys that you just
Well, Jeff Hardy's the same way, right? So,
We
man,
talking
like
sober Jeff Hardy, or we talking pills Jeff Hardy?
we're talking Victory Road 2011 Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
I think Goldust make those
They're-
kind of decisions.
They're both. And
What was that
I'm even-
question?
Go ahead.
What was that question, JR?
I'm saying they both make choices that don't align with their careers, but Jeff Hardy has the backing of the machine. Goldust never had the backing, only when he was in WCW, and he screwed that shit up back then too.
Yeah.
You don't piss off Bill Watts. You don't piss off Bill Watts when your dad's a booker, and you
Yeah.
basically are being hand-fed great reigns and great matches, and you get in shape. The problem with Goldust will always be the latter part of his career. He's been in the best freaking shape of his fucking life.
Yeah.
And he would never do it when it mattered.
So I have a question here, and I'll say this, and it's a two-part question. Number one is, do you think he will ever return to WWE as Dustin Rhodes?
No.
Not too
Okay.
late.
Do you think he'll ever come back as Goldust just one more time?
He has to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Not on the wrestling capacity, maybe a manager or maybe a run-in to screw Cody. But
So that's what I was getting ready to say in another part of the question, and it's a two-part question. So my question is, in WWE, right, we know that Dusty is held as wrestling Jesus pretty much in WWE pretty much. So why did Dustin as Goldust never get that Rhodes treatment that Cody's getting now?
Because look who's in charge now compared to who was in charge then.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon compared to Triple H.
let's do something else here. Do you know the history of Dusty Rhodes in WWE?
Yeah, polka dots and fucking
All right.
anyway.
So what do I do to your son? I take the polka dots, that black and yellow, and I slap it on his face, put him in a thing, and we make him ambiguously. We make him ambiguously.
And
Flamboyant.
Flamboyant.
Let me give you a better. We make him very androgynous.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We give him
He's one of my
Boy
favorite
George.
characters.
We make him Boy George so much that it's not the crying game, but it's, it was borderline back then, 92, 93.
Yeah.
And then you only have his wife for a little while, and then she gets taken away from us by poker.
Well, she got tossed around the locker room like a dirty rag. So
right.
Damn.
And his daughter was even involved for a little bit. Not anything bad, but she looked just like her mama. But anyway, enough about Goldust, man. Because here's the problem: you're going to go down this rabbit hole, and this could be some bonus content you shoot any other time. The Wyatt Six, Montez Ford, Johnny Gargano, Chris Sabin, and Berto in an 8-man tag match. What is our narrative and what is our story here? What are we doing with this group and these tag teams?
I mean, still building Eric Rowan as the monster that he is.
Right.
Well, we all know how I feel about the Wyatts and Bray, like for Christ's sake. But she is a huge fan of the Wyatt Six. Loves their presentation and everything. But one of the things you said, and I didn't even have to coach her on this, because sometimes I have to ask her questions to get like an actual response from her sometimes. But you looked at me and said, man, it just feels like they're not being used properly. And it's, to me, that group right now, if they were being used properly, would probably be one of the best things in WWE.
Yes.
But it's just, to me, it's been a spit in the face of Bray's legacy.
Well, they haven't been used a lot.
Well, they got this whole,
properly.
the only thing that I enjoy out of that whole tag team division on SmackDown right now is DIY. Like, because they're freaking awesome in the ring.
Not after
and
that
they're
match
hilarious.
last night.
It was an okay match, but man, that whole fucking SmackDown tag team division is a fucking mess.
Not the way it ended, dude.
Let's
I
get the
doubt
match we
DIY
really
is going to
want.
be together much longer.
Yeah, let's get the match we really want. Motor City Machine Guns against the Usos, against anybody else that makes sense.
They need to bring back the old school tag team matches like they had with, like, bring the ladder matches back like they had with the Hardys and Edge and Christian and the Dudleys, but bring it with the guys that we have now.
Yeah.
So the Motor City Machine Guns and those guys, and get those old school matches back, but with our new guys, and just let them tear the house up.
Well, that's what I'm saying, guys. Like a few weeks ago, the SmackDown after WrestleMania, we were glorified about that ladder match, TLC match, or whatever. And that whole tag division, it just feels like a bunch of people running from spooky people at this point, right? And so it's just a mess.
That's exactly what happened last night. That's how the match ended.
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened.
Old Redbeard scared the shit out of him, and he got off the ropes before tagging his partner, and then he got squished in a corner like a little bug on a windshield, and then he got rolled over for the pin after he got his head knocked off.
So here's the thing. So you're thinking DIY won't be together, right? Because you think
not much longer if he keeps this shit up.
So he didn't jump off the apron on Tommaso Ciampa. He jumped on the apron, off the apron for Alex Shelley.
He ran away.
One of the two. He jumped off. But one of the things that really stuck out to me in that match is in the beginning with Dexter Lumis. If you guys pay really close attention, Johnny Gargano said, "Your family, not them." And he pointed at the Wyatt Six. Mm-hmm. Do you guys remember a group called The Way in NXT?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dexter Lumis was part of The Way, right? And I think that's why Dexter Lumis is part of this Wyatt Six, not only because Bray had his eye on him for a while, and that's the reason Joe Gacy's in the group, is because Bray wanted to work with him for years. But Dexter's story in joining the Wyatt Six is that The Way and his family, Indy Hartwell, all those guys, abandoned him. So that, to me, is the most intriguing part about this whole Wyatt Six tag team, like, squamish thing, is the potential to have Dexter Lumis and Gargano have like a little bit of a like, you left me, motherfucker, and this is what you get for it. That's what I took from that match. It was a decent match, but I took little small story details from this match more than anything from the match.
Okay. And then another thing happened in this match. Hardy seen she got on the phone with Julie and said, "Man, got a shitty promo like me." And no offense to Julia, we don't care about the U.S. title anymore. It should be a belt that gets a new champion at Evolution. If you all agree, if you don't agree, that's cool. I do got the money in the bank. I'll cash it in on any of y'all. And the thing about it is with Julia, and here's my thing: Beautiful Madness. You are not fucking Macho Man Randy Savage. Madness cannot be a part of what you do. He is a very educated wrestler, but a bland entertainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, like you just said, I haven't cared about the U.S. title since Chelsea Green had it. So, it is what it is. But John, you had an MVP, like, I think your what the fuck moment from SmackDown. So let me hear that, man.
Hikuleo, Jeff Cobb,
Talatonga?
and Tamatanga, or what's his name?
Talatonga?
Yeah, Tamatanga. Or
They hate the announcers.
Using the Shield's triple power bomb. I hated that.
I mean, it's just not the Shield's move. It's been used multiple times.
But it's the way they did it. I agree with you, John. It's the way they did it.
Okay, but
and it was
Wouldn't
where
they-
they did it.
Didn't you? What if they're playing mind games? What if they're playing deeper mind games with Roman at the end of this? What if they're saying,
Well, I mean, I think that's what it is. It's like they're calling him out.
yeah,
Yeah, but I
Yep.
just don't know how that would pan out. Because I mean, my opinion, I think when Roman comes back, he's not worried about the bloodline shit. He's going after Seth.
Well, he might go after Seth, but still, that's family. And who
Well-
says it's going to be him coming back? It could be The Rock. Because he always sticks his nose in shit all the time.
oh, JR said, no Rocky anytime soon.
Hey, I don't look for Rock to be back until at least January.
Yeah.
And
He's
this could go on till way past then.
Well, just on him, like this is just insider news. If you pay attention to his movie schedule, he's doing more movies than John Cena. He's got a movie
Yeah.
coming out on Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu. He's got 3 movies back to back. So The Rock and the whole deal with him and the whole
Rock's gonna
forgotten
be
Travis
busy.
Scott line. The Rock, I can't even bring him up in conversation. I don't want to even waste any more time. One thing I do want to note here, guys, and just put this in here, like we're talking women's title, like you talked earlier, Mr. Morgan, and Trish Stratus coming back. Tiffany's trying to position herself as the next legend killer. And I like the way that they're building her up, her status and everything. And Jade, for whatever reason, they're going to do whatever they're going to do with her. She will be a world champion soon. It's inevitable because those other guys across there on that other Jacksonville channel over there, the lady that beat her for a title is the strongest wrestler in wrestling right now for females. Strongest. And I know you're going to say something about Jordan Grace, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I think that we can't overlook the fact that at Evolution, we got a filler match with Naomi and Jade Cargill, and that's foreshadowing someone being a world champion and something getting twisted somewhere. So I think that the women's feud in that world title bunch right there was the most interesting thing that I've seen on there because it's got a little shock value to it. You don't know who's going to be the world champion when September hits. It's the only title that surprises me out of everything that's going on anywhere else because we can predict the John Cena line and everything there. Now, to you, Mr. Morgan, what is your idea of this SmackDown Women's title? Where do you see this title ending up in September?
Oh, I see Naomi cashing in at Evolution. I think she's going to do it sooner
So
than
we're gonna
later
have our
because,
first paper champion.
yeah, I think she'll do it as soon as possible, and that's going to be the best moment.
So, yeah, I was going to say that. What if she cashes in and then she's Jade's opponent at SummerSlam?
That's where I'm going with it.
That'd be good. To
Thank you
see.
for that, Robert.
I mean, to me, that would be the best way to get the attention
I'm not
of
using this
the
op-ed, so
fans
that
is to
motherfucker
have
keep
it
moving with me.
is to have that feud of Naomi versus Jade when Naomi has the belt. And then they'll go at it a few times, and Jade will lose the first match. She'll get her rematch clause, and then maybe she wins the second one. I don't know. Or she, they have to do a few matches, and like second or third pay-per-view, she finally wins it from Naomi. But she will be the one that takes it from Naomi.
She's got to become a better in-ring performer, though.
Well, yeah, you ain't lying there.
It's TBS Championship all over. But inside your show right now, this moment right here is brought to you by the great people at Sparrows Under Review podcast, broadcasting every Tuesday. We're going to move over to the NXT moment of the week. NXT moment of the week, we see a sickly Jordan Grace return to wrestling.
Yeah.
My concern here is I know two of you don't watch NXT too heavy. Was anybody concerned about her look?
Yeah.
Yeah. She looks sickly.
Like the hair's thin and everything. And I'm sorry I brought this up on your show, Lakota, but this moment is brought to you by Spirit is under review. And the thing here that I want to cut out real quick, guys, is that the rest of NXT I don't give a fuck about. But we thought Jordan was going to get this call up, right? I actually felt that she could be the Intercontinental Champion or U.S. Champion right now. But let's be honest. When's the last time we seen her wrestle? And do you think that the Husky
Royal Rumble.
Jordan would have been better than this buff Scott Steiner? Yeah, this Scott Steiner after he's had heart surgery look that she has.
I mean, honestly, she kind of reminds me of Sable.
Yeah. I mean, man, I just don't want them to drop the ball with her. And she hasn't lived up to her potential, and she's not looking too good right now.
But see, I thought she had already gotten called up to SmackDown when Stephanie got called to Raw.
She was supposed to be part of the call up, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought they had said she had.
Yeah, that was the whole deal. Was she was supposed to be part of that call-up class.
But my thing is, her enzymes or something didn't look right because she really looked sick, and I was like, it made me turn off NXT.
Probably all them steroids she be doing.
Okay.
I'm sorry, she sounds like a man to me, and that don't.
All right, so online saying that she went to NXT instead of directly to SmackDown as a way to help her acclimate to WWE instead of where she was at, and also to refine her skills before going to the main roster. In my opinion, she's not the only one they should have done that with.
Yeah, man, I don't know. She's a weird case. I don't think she needed refining. I think she's good, but she disappears and then comes back.
Well, I mean, to get her from TNA's style of things to WWE style of things, I could see having her in NXT for a few matches, kind of like what they're doing with Joe Hendry. I was surprised no one clapped. I'm sorry. I was just waiting for the. Sorry, but with what they're doing with him right now is great. Because he was a champion in TNA. He's been involved in a few matches, a few pay-per-views. And now he's in TNA, or he's in NXT, and pretty soon he's going to be on the main roster. But with Jordan Grace, I have no idea. Like, this new look, it's concerning for sure. But maybe it's just her taking it seriously, changing things around, and unfortunately, it's just making her look a little different.
Okay.
I have no idea what they're going to do with her, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap. Oh, go ahead.
She just needs to divorce her husband and things will get better.
All right, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. It has been another amazing episode of Main Event Mafia. I want to thank everybody who is here tonight once again for being here every week. Thank you guys for the audience support. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being here once again, and tune in next week as we make JR tip his hat once again. Thank you guys for watching Main Event Mafia, and we will catch you guys next Monday with the next episode.